Hi, I'm Lori with Layman's, and today we're going to be talking about Aladdin oil lamps. We're going to talk through the process of how to assemble, how to light, and just some basic things you should know about having an Aladdin lamp. So in front of me I have a lamp here. I have it kind of disassembled as if we're going to put it together for the first time. So when you get your lamp out of the box, the first thing that you want to do is you want to take your lamp font, which holds your fuel, and your burner. And what you want to do first is you're going to fill your lamp with oil. And you can do that one of two ways. Before you put the burner on, you can pour it directly into the font, or you can use the fill cap here as well. So when you fill your lamp with oil, you want to let it sit for 1 hour with the wick soaking. And that's important because you want the wick to have oil that travels all the way up to the top before you go ahead and light it. If you don't wait until the wick is fully saturated, you're going to be burning the wick instead of the oil. You're going to get some smoke. It's not going to burn properly. So waiting is important, letting it sit just so that it gets enough oil. So once you've done that, you can kind of set it aside. And the next step that you're going to do is you're going to take the top part of your burner, which is called the gallery. This unscrews from the bottom part. And what you want to do is you want to take your chimney, the glass chimney here, and we want to fit it to the gallery. When you get it out of the box, it's probably not going to fit exactly perfect, and that's fine. That's what this fitting is going to do. And we want to do this before we put the mantle on because the mantles are very fragile and we don't want to jostle or break the mantle. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your chimney carefully and you're going to set it inside your gallery. And if it's too tight or too loose, just take it off and work your way around the prongs here. And you can loosen or make it tighter. You want it to be snug, but you don't want it to be too tight. You want the chimney to fit nicely, be able to get it in and out easily. You want it to be sturdy, but you also don't want it to be too tight. So as you carefully set it in, you can also make some adjustments after you set it in, but you want to be able to get it on and off fairly easily. If you make it too tight, what's going to happen is as your lamp warms up, the glass expands, and if you have it set too tight, your glass doesn't have anywhere to go, and when it expands, it's going to crack, so you don't want that. So you kind of have to play with it a little bit. You want it to be just right. So I have it so that it's going to work perfectly. And then you're going to carefully take your mantle, which is this piece here. This is the actual light emitting portion of the lamp. Out of the box, you'll notice that it is blue. Before we can actually light our lamp, we have to burn off this blue coating. The reason for the coating is so that when the lamp is shipped or with the mantle being stored, it protects the inner coating of the netting so it doesn't break. It's very fragile on the inside. The blue coating helps to keep it stable so that it does not break. So what you're going to do, you always want to handle it just by the wire frame only. And you're going to set it into your gallery. And you have to do a little bit of turning until you find kind of the sweet spot, and then it should lock into place. So once you have it sturdy and locked into place, it's very important that you do not put this part back onto your lamp to burn the coating off. You don't want this exposed to any of the wick or the fuel. That's going to cause a very big fireball. So you want to make sure that you have this on a place that is away from combustibles and not on top of the lamp. And don't be alarmed, but there is going to be quite a big fire as this coating burns off. It completely burns itself off, so all you have to do is light it, let it go, and it will burn itself off very quickly. But you don't want to lean over it or get too close because the fire will reach about a foot above where the mantle is. So what you want to do is take a match or a lighter, and you don't want to touch the mantle itself. You just want to get kind of close, and it will eventually catch fire. And so you just kind of let it simmer, and then you're left with your mantle. So now that we have the coating burned off, we can take our gallery and fit it with our chimney. So again, being very careful not to jostle this around, because now that there is no coating on the mantle, it's going to be a little fragile. So you're going to set that in. And then finally, it's going to, once we've let the lamp sit for an hour, and we've made sure that there's sufficient fuel in the wick, you're going to go ahead and turn the wick up using the wick raiser knob here, going clockwise. And you don't want to raise it up too high, just about 1/8 of an inch. And we're gonna go ahead and light it. You can use a match or a lighter. And then you wanna make sure that it goes the whole way around. And I usually turn it back down just a little bit so that it's kind of under control. And then you're gonna take your chimney, mantle, and gallery assembly, and you're gonna carefully set it on top. And it should sit down in, you may have to turn it a little bit, and you want it to lock into place tightly. And then you can go ahead and turn your wick up until the mantle starts to glow. At this point, you wanna stop. You only want the mantle to glow just a little bit, because now what's gonna happen is the whole lamp is gonna warm up. As the flame is getting hotter, there's a piece on the inside of the wick that's called the flame spreader. That's adding additional oxygen to the wick, which is making it burn even hotter than what a normal oil lamp would. And it's creating a blue flame. You wanna see that blue flame inside your lamp as it's burning. And what's happening is your chimney's heating up, the gallery's heating up, all of the parts are heating up, and you want that to happen gradually. So you don't want to rush the lamp into warming up. This is just the normal process that you need to go through, and this can take anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. Depends on how warm the room is. Lots of other factors will play into exactly how long it's going to take. You'll kind of learn your lamp and find the right adjustments and what's going to work best for you. But about 10 to 20 minutes is what you're going to want to wait. And the reason for that, again, is so that everything can heat up gradually. If you do it too quickly, glass does not take to heat changes very well, so going from hot to cold very quickly can cause it to crack. You're also gonna get black spots that form on your mantle, and this is a good check that you can do to see if your lamp's ready to be turned up. So what'll happen is if I continue to turn this up, you'll notice that the mantle is starting to get black and brown. There's spots that are starting to form on there. That tells me my lamp is not quite ready to warm up. If this happens to you, don't worry. These are very easily fixed by just turning your lamp down. All of that black soot and spots that were on there are eventually going to just burn themselves off. And then once your lamp is warmed up, you can go ahead and turn it up. It's going to actually continue to get brighter on its own. So for the next hour or 2 hours, the longer the lamp burns, even without you turning the wick up, it's going to continue to get brighter and brighter. And that's because it's burning hotter. The hotter it burns, the more it's going to react with the yttrium in the mantle, which is what it's reacting to that's making it glow. So once you've turned your lamp up, you can enjoy the bright light. It's going to be at least 6 to 7 times brighter than your standard oil wick lamp. And the reason for that, again, is the mantle. The mantle is reacting to the heat from the lamp. It's causing it to burn and glow much, much brighter than what your normal oil lamp would. It also, with any lamp, you want to make sure that you are practicing safe procedures, and you never want to leave an Aladdin lamp lit and leave the room. You always, always want to turn it down and make sure that it's completely out. So the proper way to extinguish your lamp is you're going to turn your knob all the way down to the left as far as it'll go. And it may look like it's out, but it's not. There's still a flame inside there. So what you want to do is have it turned all the way down, and then you're going to cup your hand around the chimney and blow straight across. You don't want to blow down into it because that can damage your mantle. And once you do that, you want to go ahead and turn the wick back up again just to make sure that the lamp is actually extinguished, because sometimes it can surprise you and it might still be lit. So go ahead and turn it back down, and then your lamp, make sure you let it sit and cool for 5-10 minutes. All of the parts, the chimney, the burner, everything is going to be really hot even after it's extinguished, so always be careful. So thanks for watching this video, and you can find this lamp and many others at lamans.com.